came in 2002 for just, that's whenever my dad fixed us our paperwork for visa for tourists. We came in, I saw my brother, some of my cousins. And then when we finally moved to live here, it was in 2005. I knew a little English, just the basic stuff that they teach you, kind of like in here, that what they teach you is in Spanish, they teach you over there in English. But having a full conversation, I never had it before, so it was a big change coming from a big city to small town like Texarkana or Redwater. Like I said, I thought I knew English, and I was trying to talk to the person or the people, the kids, and then these two girls started coming, and they started to ask me just regular questions which I knew the answer to. And then whenever they tried to have a full-blown conversation, then I choked, I didn't know what to say. So that's whenever I realized, well, that's gonna be a challenge, obviously. First day, I didn't know where anything was. I didn't know where the cafeteria was, so I didn't have any lunch or anything like that. I came home basically crying to my mom because, I'm a little talker sometimes, so I didn't talk at all day. But since my dad kind of worked hard for us to have the paperwork, my mom told me, well, you want to go back? I was like, no, I have to pay somehow my dad back. So I kept on going. It took me maybe about 6 months to start feeling comfortable with the language, with people, so. But yeah, it was a really hard day on that day. So I was working at the Redwater High School as a maintenance, and then Olivia Cortez, which I have known her for years, obviously already, kind of told me about the position, that there was some positions open for the Red River. So I was studying what is called applied science at the college, Texarkana College, which they teach about accounting, Word, filing, all that kind of stuff. And I was like, okay, I'll go and apply. I remember Kathy Purdo was at the desk, and I asked her for a application, and she was like, well, we actually don't do paper applications no more. We can do it on the computer. And then at that time, believe it or not, I didn't have a computer at home. So she was like, okay, I'll give you a paper application. I didn't even leave the credit union. I went in and filled it out and applied for it. And then maybe like a week or 2 weeks ago, they called me, and I think it was Latonia, or either Latonia or Felicia. Latonia McElroy or Felicia Drake called me and come in for an interview, which I thought it was going to be for a tailor, but I didn't have any experience as a tailor, so they hired me as a courier or messenger. So it was a good position, don't get me wrong. I mean, I have loved every single position that I have held in the credit union. Most of it because I went to every single branch and I knew every single person, and I was in contact with everybody. So I think that has been one of the best positions because I had interacted with all of my coworkers, in the whole credit union at that time. But yeah, that's how my first position was, as a courier at the credit union 12 years ago. I have always, I guess, strived for more, being that I have come from a long way, from another country, from I guess not a disability, but a problem with my hip. I have never wanted to stay in one place. I have always wanted to move more and more, and I didn't see myself as a courier for my whole, so I knew I had more potential. And also Curtis McChester and Perry Brewster, which they're my buddies, my brothers, they encouraged me to, try to move up. So that's whenever I wanted to be a tailor, and that's when I started asking questions about how to be a tailor, what you need to be a tailor, and then the next position came up, the drive-through tailor. You have to work hard, obviously, show them that you are meant, I guess, for the position, or showing them that you are wanting to overcome. Once they started seeing me doing the MSR job, they also knew that I was capable of doing the MSR job and taking care of my stuff. The only obstacle that I saw maybe was when I wanted to become a loan officer, maybe like 5-7 years ago. I didn't have experience, obviously, and I was at the what's called the loan receptionist there at Summerhill. I knew I was capable of more, and so I was, getting impatient, and there was a point that I was like almost ready to throw the towel. And then, I got back to the MSR, but that's pretty much the two obstacles, big obstacles that I have. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I had a good life in Mexico. Obviously, I was thankful enough that my dad was here and he was supporting us when we were in Mexico. But just having that capability of owning your car, owning your home, that's a big dream for everybody who comes over here, because you can say that with your hard job and suffering, and we know that everybody goes through hard times, but knowing the satisfaction that you have of having a car, your own house, I think that's the big American dream for immigrants that come from other countries to own a home. Now, as you guys know, I have a beautiful family, my wife, my kids, and I think that's a dream that I always had a wife, kids, and home of my own. And I guess the next thing will be, I have, like I said before, I have always pushed for more and more, and my next step is either have a supervisory position, either branch manager, or who knows, something else bigger than that. So, but what they said, the only limit is the sky. So that's where I'm heading for.